Hey, what's going on, YT? It is your girl, Leah Ray, and you are tuned into The Leah Ray Show. So, this is going to be the third video in my pregnancy series, and this is going to be my hospital stay and cesarean recovery. So, you know, well, as you may know, if you've had kids or you know somebody that's having kids, usually with a vaginal birth, you have to stay in the hospital 48 hours. Well, if you have a cesarean at this hospital, it's 72 hours or more. I had my baby on December the 5th at 12:23 in the morning, so I had her in the middle of the night. And that was on a Tuesday. I couldn't leave the hospital until Friday. So after you have a cesarean, it's a little bit different than having a vaginal birth. One thing that you have to realize, and this is something that I did not wrap my brain around. It took me weeks to wrap my brain around this, was that a cesarean is a major surgery, okay? So many people have cesareans, and it's such a common surgery that people don't really think about what's happening. They are cutting your stomach open and taking your insides out. Not to mention the fact that your abdomen is already separated when you got pregnant and when your belly started growing in order to prepare and make room for the baby. So those abs that were in the front of your stomach have now like moved to the side of your stomach, and then your lower abs, your abdomen down here, that's what they're gonna cut into. And it's like 5 layers that they have to go through. And then they're gonna cut your uterus open. Okay, they're gonna split it down the middle. They make your cut for your cesarean horizontally, but as far as what I learned, when they go in there and they want to cut your uterus open, they cut that vertically. Okay, so now they got your stomach open, they got your uterus open, and they go in and they push the baby out, and a whole bunch of stuff comes out. Okay, that they got to go back and they got to move your bladder to the side. I mean, it's just crazy. It is a major surgery. Okay, it is a serious surgery. It's not just a little thing. Okay, no matter how much they throw the term around cesarean, oh, you might have to have a cesarean. It is a major thing. I want you to get that into your mind. So recovery is different. You're good when you have a vaginal birth. I mean, you drive in within a few days, whatever the case may be. You may be sore with a vaginal birth, but it is nothing like a cesarean. I had my baby, and you're exhausted after labor. You are tired after labor. So I got to see her, but then I thank God that I was at Flowers, because I've heard about some other hospitals where they make you have your baby 24/7. Even if you want to go to the bathroom, you got to wheel the baby over there. That's not how Flowers is. Flowers is like, look, you're going to need this rest, because when you get home, you're not going to be able to have any rest. And so if you want us to keep your baby in the nursery, just call us and let us know. We'll come get the baby. We'll keep the baby for a few hours. I mean, that's how they were the entire time. So every time I call, as long as it wasn't time for that baby to eat, and the only reason why I say time to eat is because I was breastfeeding exclusively. So they were like, as long as it's not time for her to eat, we'll keep the baby. So after I had the cesarean, like, they bring the baby down, and it's so hard to move, okay? It's so hard because your abs, but you think you didn't have abs before. You think it was hard to roll around and move and turn over in your 3rd trimester. It's nothing like this. So it was very difficult to move. It was very difficult to sit up. I really utilized my hospital bed, and it was just a struggle. Now, at first, I was on a liquid diet. But after I think a day or two, or maybe not even a full day, by the time it was lunchtime the day I had her, I was able to start eating solid foods again. Don't worry about being on a liquid diet while you're in the hospital, because you think you're going to be starving. Listen, it's going to be so many things going on that you're not even going to have time to think about being hungry, because that's just me. I wasn't that hungry. They were giving me that chicken broth. They were giving me them popsicles. They were giving me that Jell-O, cranberry juice, apple juice, and I was good, and ice chips. I didn't even OD on the ice chips. I was just pretty much just eating whatever or drinking whatever they gave me, and I was good. But like I said, it's so much stuff going around. You're not really going to be thinking about food like that. So I was on a liquid diet for a few hours, and then, like I said, I got introduced to solids. I had already had in my mind that I wasn't going to have any pain medicine. So when the nurses were coming around and asking me if I wanted this pain medicine, this oxycodone, I was like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. Have you ever heard of 2nd day soreness? Okay, I was good like the first day, but when that 2nd day rolled around, I was like, Lord Jesus, I am so sore. I just don't know what to do. Like, I thought I was going to be able to hold out with the pain medication after the birth, after the cesarean, but that was not the case. Like, I was like, give me the oxycodone. Come on, give me the oxycodone, give me the ibuprofen or whatever you're trying to, just give it to me right now, because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to take care of the baby, because it was intense. Now, I've never been this sore in my life. Once I got some pain medication in me, and it helped with the inflammation and it helped with the soreness, I was able to like finally start to get in my right mind. By then I had taken off the compression belts that were on my legs, because laying down and that medication that they give you while you're having a cesarean, it causes inflammation in your legs and stuff like that. And then you not being able to walk for hours can cause your legs to swell up and stuff. So they put these things around you, like braces, like leg braces almost, to help with the swelling and things like that. So those came off, and then once those came off, I was able to get up and move around. That was a struggle to get up and move around, but they were like, okay, it's time to get up. It's like, it's only been like, has it been a day? Yeah, it was like the next day. They were like, okay, it's time to start getting up, maybe taking some laps in the hospital, walking around a little bit on this ward. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm game, because I'm, like I said, thug life. So I was getting up and I was going to the bathroom, and they tell you how to take care of yourself, and, you know, what to look for, you know, blood clots and things like that. And they check your incision, and the baby goes to the nursery every day, and she gets checked out by a doctor, checks all of her vitals, her temperature, and everything like that. And they also teach you how to bathe your baby in the sink. And, you know, that's basically what it is. You got nurses at your beck and call. You got nurses at your call 24/7. Anything you need, you just call these nurses. They'll bring it to you. You need ice chips. You need cranberry juice. You got a question. You want to see the lactation nurses, because I had called the lactation nurses a few times, so I was trying to get this breastfeeding thing down packed. Just anything you need, they will help you with. They will come. So I just love Flowers Hospital for that. So finally it was time for me to get up and walk around. I got up and I did a lap in the hospital, not around the whole hospital, just around the labor and delivery ward. And it took everything out of me. I didn't realize that it was going to be that difficult. And like I said, I hadn't wrapped my mind around the fact that I had a cesarean. So I was not understanding that. I'm like, okay, so to cut down there, they went and got the baby to push the baby out. I don't understand the magnitude of what's happened to me. Okay, I'm like in shock. So I was in a lot of pain after that. That's when I started making the pain medicine more regular, because they come in like every 4 hours for like the ibuprofen, and it's like every 4 to 6 hours for the oxycodone. And then they're giving you a stool softener because of the medication that you had in the cesarean will cause you to be constipated, which I was. And then you still have a catheter in from the surgery. So they're like taking the catheter out, and they're like, okay, you gotta pee. You gotta pee. If you don't pee, we're gonna put this catheter back in. And when they put the catheter in the first time, you were numb. When we put it in there the second time, you're not gonna be numb, and that's not the life you want to live. So I was like, oh, hold up, I'll go take a pee one way or another. So thank God I was able to urinate, and they weren't too much worried about the constipation, because you're going to be constipated for a while. Like, I was still constipated when I left the hospital. I didn't move my bowels until I got home. So that was days later, and it was rough. Okay, it was rough. But you got to continue to take the stool softeners when you get home. And you're not going to want to do anything. And when you stand up, let me tell you something. When you stand up, because they've been cutting and everything down in your stomach, your natural reaction is to hunch over and go towards the incision. You see what I'm saying? Like, to cater to it. But they're like, you can go ahead and stand up. Like, it's going to feel that you need to do that, but you don't need to do that. And they give you a compression belt to wear, which is basically like a waist trainer. And they put it on tight. And she's like, you need to wear this tight, because if you don't wear this tight, there's no purpose. They're trying to get all your organs and everything back situated. And they're trying to get everything sitting back upright, because everything just feels like it's just falling out almost. Even though it's not falling out, it just feels like it's falling out. So that's basically what you're doing in the hospital. Then you got the people from the insurance. They're coming they're coming to, you know, get your insurance straight, add the baby to the insurance. You got the baby whisperer coming. She's going to do a program with you. You got nurses in and out. I mean, it's just a lot going on, but that's part of what you have to do in your recovery. So it's not a whole lot to recovery, but this is what I want to tell you. This is my advice to you. Do not rush your recovery, because it is January the 6th. It was a month since she was born, and I'm still in recovery. I'm going to be in recovery from the cesarean for a few months. I've just realized that because they say, once you go to your 6-week checkup, then the doctor lets you know how everything's going, check your incision. Yes, I have that appointment coming up. But let me tell you something. You have to really listen to your body because I wanted to get out there and I was ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do stuff. You can't drive for 2 weeks. It's just... it's a lot. So the only thing that I am technically allowed to do is take walks. And I'm not even talking about power walks. I'm talking about strolls. He was like, just take a stroll. If the weather is nice and you have the baby, you can even put the baby in a stroller and walk around the neighborhood. But the weather has been freezing, so I haven't brought the baby on any walks with me. But I have been taking my walks around the neighborhood. And then it wasn't until about 3 weeks later after taking walks that I was like, okay, I'm going to try to add some more things in here. I haven't told my doctor that, but there's some pelvic floor work that I've done every week and some kind of stretches, like some pelvic tilts and some leg things, just really light stuff, just to kind of get all that stuff back in there moving. And then I've done some light upper body work because I don't want to be completely out of the game because I go to the gym, okay? I go to the gym. I'm a beast. And I don't want to be completely cold when I go back to the gym. So I've added a few things, just some light dunk weights, some 5-pound and 10-pound dumbbells. That's light action for me. The walking is the important part because you think, oh yeah, I'll just take a walk. Walking is a task, okay? And I've even taken some opportunities when my husband got home from work to go to like Walmart because that counts. You just got to get moving because you'll get sore and you'll get stiff. You got to get moving. And make sure you continue your pain medicine when you get home because if you get off that pain medicine, you're not going to be right. And it's going to be hard to get up in the middle of the night with a crying baby, changing diapers, breastfeeding or bottle feeding, whatever you choose to do, and you're in excruciating pain. Okay, so get that pain medicine, take it like you're supposed to take it so that you can take care of your baby. Trust me on this, okay? But yeah, like I was saying, 3 weeks before I could do extra stuff. And if you have an opportunity, also get out the house. If somebody says they're going to sit with the baby while you run and, I don't know, run to the corner store real quick, get out the house a little. It's part of your recovery and also it's part of your mental health. Trust me on this because you start to go crazy. And then another thing I want to talk about, which is a part of recovery, is the baby blues. Yes, you'll learn about postpartum depression and all that stuff if you do your research, if you take your classes that you can take that are offered in your area. But there is something called the baby blues. And although it happens to women who have vaginal births, it has a tendency to happen more often with women who have cesareans. The baby blues caught me. You talking about sitting up in the house, crying for no reason, just sad about stuff, just overwhelmed, just can't take it. I mean, that's different from postpartum. Now, if you're having postpartum and you feel like you're going to harm yourself or you're feeling hopeless or you're feeling like you're going to harm your baby, you need to contact your healthcare provider. And don't be afraid to tell people what you're going through because I would talk to my husband all the time. I just bust out in tears. I'll just be sitting up in the room just crying. He'll come in and, what's wrong? I had no problem telling him what was wrong because I was already aware of this. I knew this was going to happen, or at least I knew this was a possibility. I also knew that postpartum was a possibility. And the one thing they said that you need to do is you need to talk to your friends and family. So that's what I was doing. The crying just for days, every day, all day. Crying all the time, not the baby, me, okay? And that lasted for, I would say, strong for about a week. It was strong for about a week to a week and a half. After a week and a half, it kind of died down. After 2 weeks to 3 weeks, it was less and less. Now, has it happened recently? Yes, it has happened recently, but it's been days and days since it happened before. So the baby blues should let up. If it doesn't let up, then maybe we're talking about postpartum and you need to talk to somebody. So like I said, baby blues, that's a part of the recovery. Another thing that I had to be aware of from my recovery is my eating habits because I didn't have completely terrible eating habits as far as overeating and things like that when I was pregnant. But the fact that you're sitting in the house all day and you're not really expending a lot of energy, you can almost like go the whole day without eating. And that's not good for recovery. If you want to recover, you need to start getting back into eating good foods. You need to make sure you're drinking a lot of liquids and things like that. So That took about 3 weeks before I was like, okay, I'm barely eating. I need to start eating food so that I have energy to increase my activity level. I have energy to take care of the baby. I'll be awake and alert, things like that. And I could just give my body nutrients that it needs and to facilitate my recovery. So I had to be aware of that. So that's, I know I'm just talking, but that's basically what recovery is. It's a lot of listening to your body. It's taking walks, staying active, moving around. It is eating, and it is getting rest. They tell you to sleep when the baby sleeps. I struggled with that for like the first 2 weeks. I would not sleep when the baby slept because I just couldn't get my mind around doing that. Like, I would try to go to sleep when she was asleep, but I just wouldn't go to sleep. But that sleep will catch up to you, okay? And you will eventually learn how to sleep when she sleeps. So if I can catch a nap when she goes to sleep, I catch it. I've learned to tire her out throughout the day so that at nighttime she'll go and she'll sleep for hours. I mean, I'm almost to the point where she sleeps like the whole night. Like, we'll put her to sleep around 9 o'clock. She don't wake back up till 4. Okay, and she's just a newborn. She's an infant. So, you know, don't let her sleep throughout. I'm not about that, letting her sleep throughout the whole day, because she will keep you up at night. They be having their nights and days confused. No, tire that baby out during the day so that she will sleep during the night. But rest is very, very important. I probably mentioned this before, but listen to your body. If there's a little twinge of something you feel, something doesn't feel right, you getting some pains, stop. Okay, this is not the type of activity where it's like, yeah, I'm getting this good pump in the gym, I'm gonna push through it. No, don't push through nothing. If you feel any pain in your stomach area, on your incision, anything like that, stop, rest, and chill. After you have the baby, after you have the cesarean, you will have the longest menstrual period that you've had in your life. It will just last forever, it seems like, and you will have blood clotting. So if you know, you feel gushes of things coming out, stop. You're doing too much. I mean, it's like I said, it's a lot of listening to your body. You have to listen to your body, and don't worry about it. Don't worry about, well, if I don't go exercise, then I'm not going to be able to snap back and blah, blah. You will. If you listen to your body, take the opportunity to focus on your diet. Take the opportunity to eat healthy, and take advantage of the fact that you won't even have to eat so much because you're just going to be sitting around the house doing nothing. So eat. When you get ready to eat, make good choices. And then your calorie intake would be low. Take advantage of that. So that'll help you with the snapback right there. That's all I got. It's really nothing to it. It's a waiting game. Today is January the 6th. I go to see my doctor on January the 17th. I will definitely let you guys know what he said. But I've been checking my incision. My incision looks great. It's almost non-existent. Like, if you're not staring at my incision, you won't even know that it's an incision there. Like, I don't know if he's just a bomb.com or your girl's skin is just popping. But yeah. I don't even know that I have an incision there. Sometimes I forget. But I'll let you guys know what he says as far as my incision and what I'm allowed to do next. Because the only thing he gave me permission to do, like I said, is take walks. I'm not going to tell him that I add a little bit of upper body weight training to my regimen, because I don't want to hear nobody's mess. But, and that's another thing. Don't be doing what I do. Don't be adding stuff. Okay, follow what the doctor says. But I'm going to leave that part out when I go see him. But I'll let you guys know what he says as far as what I'm allowed to do now. All that good stuff. If you have any questions about recovery, go ahead and put them in the comment section below. And I will be happy to answer anything about this, because I just feel like I have a whole bunch of information to share. I just want to share it. I just want to tell people. So just leave your comments and your questions in the description box below. And if you have any ideas for any videos you want me to do surrounding pregnancy, please let me know. And until next time, people, it is your girl, Leah Ray, on the Leah Ray Show. Peace.